All right, so before you start working with those measurements that your customer sent to you from abroad, I want to let you know one important thing you should understand. Now, first and foremost, they tell us in abroad or they tell us elsewhere, it mustn't be abroad, but a measurement that was not taken by you, you know, we seem to look foreign or we seem to look strange to you. Now, and also bear in mind that it is not the same pattern that people use in measurements. People, different tailors, they have their different ways of taking their body measurement. So, this video is going to explain to you different types of measurements that tailors do take. Now, in some cases, the first type of measurement they take is what they call the body fit or the body fitted measurement. This measurement seems to be a very tight measurement where they don't add any ease allowance. Now, they tend to give you the perfect fitted body measurement. And when they give it to you, most people might not indicate body tight or body fit measurement. They will send it to you and then you will use it to make clothes for your clients. And at the end of the day, it will not be able to enter the customer's body. So what you must do is whenever you are demanding for body measurement, kindly request for them to state if it is with ease or without ease allowance. The normal way we measure here in Nigeria is that we measure everything with the ease together so that if the chest is 40, the person does not need to add or reduce anything. But some tailors do measure the tightness of the body and they feel or they believe that other tailors should know that they need to add ease allowance to the outfit. So whenever you are working with measurement sense, try to inquire if it's for fitted measurements, if the ease allowance is included, right? You and I know they have two types of, or rather, three types of allowances. They have ease allowance, they have sewing allowance, and they have inseam allowance. So inseam allowance can also be sewing allowance in most cases. Now, having said this, now when the customer has sent the measurements to you, you make the inquiry, and if he confirms that this is with ease, then you don't need to panic anymore. You just need to, go with the measurement. But if he said it's for body fit measurement, there's no ease added, you will now have to ask the customer, how free do you want the clothes to be? Is it going to be free or fitted or moderate? Then in any case, you add extra 3 inches for a fitted measurement, 3.5, 4 inches, for a free outfit. You can also go as low as adding 2.5 inches for the fitted measurement, right? So that is one thing you should know as well. The next thing as well you should know is that most tailors, when they send these measurements, they don't send a complete measurement. You are the one that will work out other areas, especially round sleeve, neck, and in some cases as well, the lap, knee, ankle. Now, how do you now work this out? When they give you a chest that is big enough, you should know that the shoulder should be within 19 to 20 inches as well, as long as it is for an extra large client. Now, in solution to this as well, you could as well kindly ask or seek for your client's current picture. This picture will help you as well to have an idea what your customer looks like, and then you now know how to handle his job, right? So you get to understand that some of these areas will be worked out by yourself, and then before you proceed with your drafting proper. Now, the next as well you should know is that in most cases as well, this tailors does not send hip measurements. Now, how do you now derive your hip when the hip is not measured? Now, this was a question that someone asked me, I think today, on my Facebook page, I think, or YouTube channel. Now, he said that the measurement was sent, but there was no hip measurement added. Now, because of the fact that he was using my pattern of drafting and he could not, continue because there was no hip added, he could not get the crotch because there was no hip added. So he now asked me, what will he do? Now, I am here to tell you that the difference between your waist measurement and your hip measurement is always 7 inches to 9 inches in minimum, right? This goes to show that if your waist is 40, for example, your hip should be 49 and above. Now, the bigger the hip, the greater the number of difference. So if your waist, the bigger the waist, the bigger the number of difference. So if your waist is 33, 34, the difference should be around 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches. Do you get? So it should be, if you have a small hip size, the value you add extra should be moderate, should be around 5, 6, 7 inches extra to the hip to get your, to the waist rather, to get your hip value, right? So if your waist, whatever your waist they gave you, add extra 7 inches and above to get the hip measurement. And the time you will know what to add is when the hip value is small or big. You now know the value to add to it. Now that is for the difference between the waist measurement and the hip measurement. So now, having said this, now the next as well you should know is that in most cases as well, these people do not send the lap measurement. Now, this same guy also asked me, how will he determine the lap measurement? So I also told him that your hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 2 must be equal to or slightly bigger than the value of your lap measurement divided by 2. So this invariably means that if the hip has been given and you divide the hip by 4, for example, let's say hip of 40, for example, you will get 10 plus extra 2 as 12. So this simply means that this person's lap measurement cannot be more than 24, because if you multiply 12 by 2, it is 24, right? So the hip over 4 plus 2 is equal to lap measurement divided by 2. So as well, if your hip was not given as well, you can as well use the lap measurement to get your hip by multiplying the value of your lap measurement divided by 2 times 4. For example, if your lap is, let's say, 24, and you want to get the value of the hip, divide 24 by 2, that is 12. Then multiply 12 by 4, that is 48. That is this trick you can use to get a perfect guide or perfect value that covers these areas I am mentioning to you. Now, furthermore, when you are working on ankle, you should know that ankle ranges from 7 inches to 16 for regular sizes. So if you were not given ankle, from the value of your knee measurement, you can easily detect your ankle. And the difference is within the range of 3 inches, 3.5, right? So now these things are subject to change, depends on the customer's body stature. But at least for you to have an idea on what to work with, you can lay your hands on this temporary or this my personal formulas that I have observed during the years, and I have cross-checked them, and I see that they are consistent in my regular drafting. So now these are some hidden formulas you can use as well to make your progress. Now, if your armhole as well is an issue to you, use your shoulder measurement divided by 2 to get your armhole depth. It works for both short sleeve or long sleeve. Then your slanting will now remain 2.5, while you go ahead to raise the back panel by 2.5. So if this video sounds interesting to you, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like this video, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.